Hello, my name is Simone Krause, and today I'm going to be talking about self-regulated strategy development, or as I will be referring to it as SRSD. So benefits of this is that it is a evidence-based instructional approach used to support writing, communication, and self-regulation skills for students with autism. SRSD teaches students explicit steps for planning, writing, and checking their work. And it also incorporates self-monitoring and positive self-talk. I selected SRSD because it aligns well with the needs of students who benefit from structure, predictable routine, and clear expectations during writing tasks, which is something that I have used throughout my years as an educator. For this demonstration, I am placing the strategy in a 4th grade general education literacy block. In this setting, students are expected to write organized paragraphs, respond to prompts, and participate in writing tasks, or with increasing independence. Many students, including those with autism or executive functioning challenges, struggle with planning and organizing their ideas. SRSD helps them with this and provides a structured framework that helps them break down the writing process into manageable steps. So then I would use the POW strategy by demonstrating the POW plus tree strategy. I will walk through the POW plus tree strategy, which is commonly used for paragraph writing. POW stands for pick my idea, organize my notes, and write and say more. Tree stands for topic sentence, reasons, explain, and ending. I would begin by explicitly teaching each step using modeling and think alouds. For example, I might say something like, first I pick my idea, I'm going to write about why recess is important. Next, I organize my notes using the tree organizer. My topic sentence is that recess helps students stay focused. My reasons are that it gives us a break, helps us move our bodies, and lets us socialize. Then I explain each reason. Finally, I'll write an ending sentence that wraps up my paragraph. It's also essential to pick an idea that is enforcing for a student and fun to write about. During instruction, I would use visual supports such as graphic organizer with the tree components labeled. Students would practice filling in the organizer before writing. I would also incorporate self-regulation strategies, such as having students check off each step as they complete it, or use a simple self-talk script like, I can plan my writing, I can stay focused, I can plan, or I can finish my paragraph, something just like that, that praise, that feel good, and telling yourself that you can do something. And that type of talk helps a student feel engaged and reduces frustration. And that is something that I have seen work throughout the years, where that constant praise and telling yourself that you can do something really does help a student along. So to monitor this progress, I would use weekly writing samples scored with a consistent rubric. This could include total words written, correct word sequences, and organization scores similar to the CBM tool used in Activity 3. I would also take observational notes on how independently the student uses the SRSD steps. For example, I might record whether the student filled out the organizer without prompting, or whether they remembered to check their work using the strategy. These data points help me determine whether the student is internalizing the strategy or still needs additional modeling and guided practice. If the data shows that the student isn't making any progress, I would adjust instruction in several ways. I might increase the amount of modeling, provide more guided practice, or break the writing task into smaller pieces. If the student is struggling with the organizer, I might simplify it or add visual icons to support understanding. If the student is rushing through the steps, I might incorporate a checklist or timer to help pace the task. The goal is to use the data to make responsive instructional decisions that support the student's growth and really go at their pace to make them feel comfortable. Assistive technology can also enhance the strategy. For example, a digital graphic organizer can help students who prefer typing or who benefit from visual structure. Text-to-text or text-to-speech tools can support students who need help reviewing their writing. A simple checklist app or digital timer can help with self-regulation and pacing. These tools make the strategy more accessible and help students participate more independently in the general education curriculum or classroom. So my final thoughts is that SRSD is a flexible, evidence-based strategy that supports writing, communication, and self-regulation, which is very important for every student with autism. This provides a clear step that students can organize with their ideas and stay engaged during writing tasks. By modeling the strategy, monitoring progress, and adjusting instruction based on student response, educators can support meaningful growth in both writing skills and independence. This approach is especially effective for students with ASD who benefit from structure, visual supports, and predictable routines. Thank you so much for listening.